And we're live.
Yeah, question mark cat.
Question mark, cap. Ooh, what?
I think that speaks for itself.
Look at them. They am inquisitive.
Damn cat.
I liked how today I was like, I'm just gonna do a simple cartoon cat. Then I look over here, it's like, He thinks that's a simple cartoon cat. Burp. Burp. Pat, pat. But yee, how could, how well?
How could you?
How could you?
I was just reminded earlier today that Big Bird from Sesame Street convinced Egyptian gods to let a child's soul into the afterlife. That was definitely a thing that happened.
What? Hold on.
Post went by going like, right, let's talk way too deeply into like Muppets lore of like what is
Okay.
Muppets, and then one of the things that was just sort of like not even really gone into because that wasn't quote unquote the point of what the person was talking about, just sort of offhand mention, yes, Big Bird just sort of talked back to the Egyptian gods of the afterlife to let a small child into the afterlife. So Big Bird has the ability to talk back to gods of death and survive the experience. I don't know.
Big Bird is a psychopomp. Got it.
I mean, I don't think we have to worry that much on account of the fact that Big Bird is more or less the equivalent of a human kindergartner.
Yeah, that much, supernatural power in the hands of a kindergartner is no issues.
Look, right now I'm pretty sure the only things that have been listed as like, yes, this is a thing that this kindergartner has done with their supernatural power is argue for the soul of a child to be sent to the afterlife and I guess make their imaginary friend real? Because if I remember correctly, Snuffleupagus started out as this is an imaginary friend that only Big Bird can see. And then that changed, so
Okay, so they can control the powers of death and bring forth into reality that which was previously fiction. This is not concerning.
Uh-huh. Chris, you're drawing a wonderful Big Bird, but for some reason all my brain can think of is that Big Bird face, but like, you know, the PNG of a hand holding a gun? Just that pig, the combination. It feels like he should be holding a gun is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know that PNG.
I don't think we should give Big Bird a gun.
I think we should.
Like, don't
mean,
give 6-year-olds guns.
I was gonna go for the whole thing of like, putting the coin on the tongue, like Big Bird's doing an explanation of how to get into the afterlife. But no, I'll have Big Bird conjuring up his imaginary friend, the pistol. Put the coin under the tongue or on top of the tongue?
I don't know what to draw.
Well, until Big Bird was mentioned, neither did I.
I'm not gonna draw a Big Bird. I don't want to draw a Muppet.
It's just in or on the mouth, okay. Why don't you want to draw a Muppet?
I don't know, I just don't want to.
I don't know. Draw Jupiter being a disaster.
Berries food.
Food!
In case you were wondering,
Food! I was not wondering, but I am. Also, I didn't say hello to Kira, and I feel weird. Hello, Kira.
And when you say draw Jupiter being a disaster, you mean just draw Jupiter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just Jupiter.
Just Jupiter.
Do I remember what Jupiter looks like? Always, like, when you haven't drawn yours in a while. Do I remember? Who's the bigger diva, Jupiter or June? Most fabulous and shimmery. I feel like they're like.
I'm probably going to say Jupiter, not because of fashion stuff, but because one of the sort of features that people put up for as being this is diva behavior is just not giving a shit about anyone whatsoever. And we know for a fact that June cares about October and thinks that he's at least 50. Thinks that they are at least 50% perfect. And I don't think Jupiter cares about much of anyone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, we have the the D&D alignment chart, and we have June and Jupiter representing like diva good and diva evil.
Yeah. I think that's correct.
Like, it feels bad referring to a friend's character as the evil one, but also
it's correct.
gestures towards the lower half of Ulan.
I mean, also gestures to the fact that they ended up in hell.
Well, yeah,
Also that.
but I wouldn't call Cuthbert evil. He's just an idiot. He's awful. He's not evil.
If Jupiter is evil in the sense that he stays willfully ignorant. I mean, he's done bad stuff, that all as well. But he does have the potential to be good, but he just no. The Harbinger of War. Yeah, that also. Yeah, I know. That also,
That's also a thing, apparently.
Yeah, my limited understanding of that campaign is Jupiter was like the whole party's given a hey, this is a warning, you need to do better, and Jupiter took that as an excuse to be worse.
Well, Jupiter made it
Yeah.
out.
Yes, I do think that's still part of, because we kind of wrapped up the campaign in a hurry. Up until that point, I was still debating whether or not Jupiter would be, redeemed or not.
Yeah.
The only reason he got redeemed in that campaign is because time.
Also, just as a reference, we wrapped it up in a hurry is code for the book stopped having stuff in it. So...
Yeah, basically.
There's a Jupiter. Fancy boy. No spirals.
See, I went to zoom out to see the Jupiter, but everything is just checkerboard.
Yeah, you gotta
There we go.
swipe the canvas around to refresh it. I got him. No, a little smug. Oh, so that's gone. Also, I don't know if the Jupiter of the Hell campaign is the same Jupiter as...
No, I don't think so. All the Jupiters that exist are, different.
There are infinitely many Jupiters and infinitely many universes.
Because Hell Jupiter is also different from, the Jupiter as originated between me and Teo.
Okay, so... Hear me out. Crossover between Toe Jupiter, Hell Jupiter, and Fatal Flaw Jupiter. They all meet in a room. What happens?
Okay.
That's got to be the most. Well, one of us has to go back and change.
Yeah. First of all, that. And horrible feral cat Jupiter.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Well, if horrible feral cat Jupiter is there, all the other Jupiters die. I think that's just how it's gonna be. Yeah, I think out of those three, Fatal Flaw Jupiter is probably the worst one. The worst iteration of Jupiter. As in morality, not as in I don't like him.
What?
I mean, it's possible to like a character and have them be a shit stain. Like,
No,
this isn't someone that I have to work with at my job. This is someone that is
Yeah,
part of the
exactly.
piece of work that's supposed to entertain me, and sometimes it's entertaining to read and or watch about a just horrible shit show.
Exactly.
Like, if I wanted to go deal with, like, real human beings who are horrible shit shows and I have to work with on a regular basis, I would just go over to the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, handsome Jack. Yeah. Hell, Jupiter's a little meow meow baby girl.
Hell, Jupiter's a little meow meow baby girl. Definitely. I say they all have murdered.
I was for some reason I wanted to say, well, the plus side with Hell Jupiter is he hasn't deliberately tried to kill any of us, and then I'm like, oh, hang on, there was a lot of fireballs.
Yeah.
What about that? No, we're not gonna do this. Guess what? I'm gonna do this, Jupiter. Fireball.
Yeah. That just happened, you know?
Fatal flaw, Jupiter is a pathetic little meow meow baby girl diva bitch.
Also correct. I think Fatal Flaw Jupiter is probably the pettiest one because of the divorce. The others didn't go through divorce. That's the real kicker. That's the real difference.
Cursed cat? Question mark. Jupiter can have whatever it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Will have whatever it wants.
Yeah, like
I don't think there's any can about this.
I don't think you can stop it.
Fatal flaw, Jupiter ran over his ex's leg twice at least.
Yeah. And they weren't even divorced yet.
I was gonna say was the reason they did that was it's like that leg's mine. I'm having that in the divorce.
No, he just thought that was reasonable behavior. And then Ulan in response said, "Fuck you, I'm taking the cats in the divorce."
Get back cats.
You know. Which I think is valid.
Read Merchant of Venice and said bet.
One day I will read a Shakespeare's. One of those shaky Spearses.
One day.
One day.
Well, I mean, the good news is it's very much in the public domain, so you don't have to go hunting around to find ways of accessing it.
Yeah.
Also, I know the BBC has done a good chunk of them and then put them up on various things that you UK folks should have easier access to.
Maybe. It's worth bearing in mind that just because the BBC's done it and put it up online doesn't mean it's free. They do have a commercial arm.
True.
Speaking of arms, my arm's not doing anything. What should I draw?
I mean, my brain is still mostly on Murderbot, because terrible things are happening, but also hilarious things are happening. So I told Kiro at one point that I kind of want at some point Murderbot to have to interact with a small pet animal, because I think it would be hilarious. I've gotten the next best thing. Murderbot is interacting with adolescent humans. To
Yay.
various degrees of success. One of which is an adolescent human who has just recently become of the age of the majority, so basically they're in their university level, like late teens, early 20s. And Murderbot is just kind of like, this is exhausting. Why do people decide to teach these things? This is exhausting.
Like the shape of Jupiter's hair. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good shape.
I'm still always trying to emulate the way you drew Jupiter's hair that one time, and you know, it never like fully looks right, but
It's my life with
Also,
M
another
now.
funny thing. Murderbot did what Murderbot does, and basically it's like, right, cool, the humans are doing things that are not a good idea. All of you need to sleep. And the adolescent human's response was, okay, Mom. And we're drawing some stoics. Yes, you do, miss. I mean, I can't guarantee that you will like them. Because obviously I don't know all of the ins and outs of what you like in your media. And there are some things that happen in it where it's like, that is at least mildly disturbing, but at least it's described in such a way where it's like, right, we can just sort of move along because Murderbot doesn't consider this to be something to describe in depth. This is just a Tuesday. But I can confirm to you that the plot is more interesting earlier on than in that Babel book that you read.
Low bar,
It doesn't
but
take us like 400 pages to get to any interesting plot.
well, I drew a Jupiter. What do I draw now?
the 3 other Jupiters. They all look like Jupiter. What am I supposed? Good thing you got copy paste there. You draw the cat one.
And yes, miss, it doesn't take 400 pages for things to start happening. In fact, things start happening on the very first page, much to Murderbot's chagrin.
Never a reluctant protagonist.
The very first thing, it's just kind of like Murderbot's just kind of like, well, this might as well happen. Time to do my job, I guess. Need to put on my reading glasses.
Now I gotta remember the fucking creature.
For anyone who is not aware, Bear has posted in the Discord a challenge somebody has posted on Blue Sky of drawing your character in these glasses. So I went for the obvious choice.
God, those are some of the most useless fashion glasses I have ever seen. Because they wouldn't even really be useful sunglasses. Because it's really only got the tint close to the middle, it fades out at the sides. So, like, you're not cutting the glare out. And they're obviously not prescription lenses because they're just sort of hanging there on a rack. And you can sometimes get reading glasses on a rack because that's usually a bit more, there's a limited number of things it could be. But, don't think they're those either. See said tint.
Miss suggests you could draw Arya eating bacon pancakes.
Okay.
Just thought I'd relay that.
I will do that in a moment.
What is Budaming?
Crispy's a cowboy at art. He's got a quick draw. But
Jokes.
now, how is he enjoying the trash party, Kiro?
I'm in front of a
No, I
gate.
take that
but I
back. Will
can't
and
get it
Carla
open.
are rays of actual sunshine. Everyone else in the party, however, is just trash fire.
Hey, Doc. Everybody feel bad for Duck. He's standing in front of a gate, but it's locked by a chain.
Oh,
Well,
poor guy.
get some clippers.
Yeah, having fun. I, as a random conversation topic, messed around with Krita today.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was good. There's a bunch of things that are quite different from my normal workflow. It doesn't have an eraser tool, which is interesting.
What?
It has, you can have an eraser brush, which means that you have to keep swapping brushes, which brush navigation in these programs is never a strong point. But there's also a way you can like swap between the last two brushes you used, so you can sort of back and forth if you want with a hotkey. But there is a feature where you can just turn your brush into an eraser, which I think is supposed to be the idea of like, oh, you have an eraser that's like the brush you're using, but like if you have a texture to the brush, that means that the eraser now has a texture. It's a bit weird. Takes some getting used to. Krita is a free open source drawing software. It is like all of the painting bits in Photoshop, but just that. You can do it in Clip Studio too, but in Clip Studio there is a dedicated tool for erasing. In fact, in Clip Studio you can make a dedicated tool for pretty much anything, which is a really neat system. But yeah, I thought I'd try Krita because it's free, it's open source. People have been suggesting it a lot because Adobe's obviously keeps shooting themselves in the foot. And I thought I'd try it out.
Yeah, I don't know what Adobe is thinking.
Man,
Yeah,
Because
that's
at the very least, they're going to run into some issues with any government agency or government adjacent agency that uses their products for like especially the Adobe Reader PDF thing. Yeah.
I do not regret jumping ship from Adobe a long time ago.
Well, yes, Dark. I know they're thinking money, but the thing is, I don't think they thought that far ahead with money. And it's not just them. There's a lot of businesses out there where I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. You've made extra money in the short term, and you've lost all of your customers and will thus make less in the long term.
But
So...
there's a happy Durgan baby. Having a jump. Being protected by the creature.
I'm just now imagining the creature being the... Have you seen the "he asked for no pickles" meme?
Is the creature the parent in this situation? Or, well, the one in charge. I don't know the actual. Yeah, I don't know the original. He asked for no pickles. I've only seen recreation, but I guess that's the way of memes on the internet, isn't it? You know, it's just occurred to me. You know that meme of like, is this a blank? Points at butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen the original. Is it butterfly? Is that what he's saying? Or is it something else?
Is this a pigeon? While
Pigeon.
motioning at a butterfly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then, you can see why people turn that into a meme.
If I remember correctly, it makes mildly more sense in the context of the anime it's from, but not by much.
Made a horrific amount of dinner. Never.
It's just, is this a pigeon?
I have never seen.
Yeah, because the context is okay. So the clip is the image is from an old '90s anime, and if I remember correctly, the character obviously looks human, but I don't think they are a human. I don't remember if they're like an alien or an android or something like that, but basically they're just like they legitimately do not know what a pigeon is supposed to look like. So like in the original context it does make more sense, but with context
See,
it's incredibly silly.
if you had to ask me what like an explanation for that, I would have gone for the old. I can't remember the philosopher, but like behold a person, like
Yeah, behold a man.
yeah.
Beholding a clucked chicken.
I would imagine this person's like, okay, describe a pigeon to me, and they describe it in such a way that a butterfly could be a pigeon. It's like, is this a pigeon? Like sarcastic. What does people are yelling at me? What did I do? Metal. Who? I do metal. Yes. I am the metal one. I do metals and weapons. On my journeyman level, I haven't leveled up anything. What do I do now? Possible exception of Acton getting flattened by Arya.
God, I just realized that's going to be some really large slices of bacon.
Big bacon. To be fair, we encountered a rather large boar early on, so large bacon is a possibility. We didn't get any bacon from it because it was a weird magical boar, but
Oh, bronze. I believe there should be some bronze already in the house chest, because I made some and put it in.
cool. See, I don't know where to get bronze from. If you only get bronze from prospecting, then I'm not a prospector, so that's the
Yeah, so bronze is alloy, like actual in real life. So you mine the copper, you smelt the copper, and then you get some tin and you mix it with the copper, and that makes you the bronze.
cool. I can't do the first two steps of that.
I can, and like I said, that's I don't remember how much bronze I put in, but I had mined some copper ore and just sort of turned everything into bronze. Also, I can now make a cake
Cake!
with no cost to me other than just time.
We can make cake out of thin air and goblins.
I got angry enough at goblins that I learned how to make cake.
The classic story.
The classic, I remember that took up 3 chapters in Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, miss, we went on with, there was an objective Ragdoll had to do, which was defeat many goblins to learn cake.
Yeah, for some reason, all of my racial traits are tied to, well, they're tied to 2 things. One, my level. So I can only unlock things if I'm above a certain level. 2, fighting monsters, and those monsters are spiders, goblins, and I think the third one is orcs. I mean, miss, if you want to share the cake, that's fine. Just don't run around lighting things on fire, like the goblins are doing in the game. I can make an infinite amount of cakes. Also, I can sell the cakes for 1 copper apiece, so I guess technically I have a way of getting infinite money without spending any resources.
1 copper at a time.
Well, that's nice.
It's kind of a fun thing of like making money 1 copper at a time. When in Britain, copper is slang for policeman. Do you just go out there and mug a policeman? Make infinite money.
Hell yeah.
I mean... Yep, melt down copper into copper bars. I mean, I won't stop you. Recipe are being summoned.
Hello. Well.
Lies and slander.
What? You said you were part of the goblins in the Lord of the Rings, and they're running around carrying bombs. So I thought I would draw you running around carrying a bomb. Does your goblin wear shoes? Your boy does not wear shoes. Good, good.
Claws in the dirt. Absolutely. Always claws in the dirt.
Balls in the dirt feels like it's some sort of adage, like ships in the night or two in the bush.
Oh. Rip creature. I accidentally moved them up and now everything's cut up. So.
Oh no!
Did you cut off part of creature?
Yeah,
Oh no!
cut off part of his tail and his ears, so
They've gone
just
for
gonna
a
make
trim.
him tiny.
Oh, tiny creature.
I mean, I guess you could always draw it back in, but
No, he's getting away.
What did I remembered? I mean, what did I not remembered?
I like that the ears are pretty much as large as her face.
Pigtails? Oh, I was going for the normal hairstyle. I always forget. Don't say that. I'm now trying to think of all the things I usually forget when drawing. Boobs. Bum. A sense of
Yeah.
reasonable anatomy.
Mostly boobs and bum.
I mean, my instinct is probably going to say tail, only because
Tail!
I remember Miss always goes a little weird about tails.
Quite right.
Loves a tail with some fluff.
Flumph. Flumph tail.
Gotta have floof tail. If you don't have a fluffy tail, then what's the point?
Jeeb, do you have a word that is the equivalent of floof in Dutch?
No, I'm
No.
just trying to think of the regular word.
I mean, ha.
Yeah, but that's not the same as fluff.
Well, it's the only word I know, so any other word is appreciated.
Glue a fluffy tail to Euro seeds and see what happens. Well, you see, Luska already has a tail, so that's a little awkward.
Yeah, I guess that would be fluff. Sorry, I just went to Google Translate. And the word it gives me for fluff is blouse, which does make sense.
Yes, I'm playing Lufia in Dutch at the moment, and you can get like little pet monsters to fight with you, and one of them is just called Plaus because they're just a big ball of fluff. What about that?
Yeah. It's also Nanch's surname.
Oh. The official
Or
name.
Miffy for all
Yeah.
y'all that
Miff-
didn't.
Miffy Flumph.
Miffy
That's the full name.
Full legal name. Um. Yeah, I think that's the most appropriate one. The other one that comes kind of close is Dons, which I associate more with like baby ducklings and such, like that
Like
kind of like fluffy, like
devil,
feathery
yeah.
situation. Baby floof, yeah. Dons is what Arya would have.
Are you spelling Dons?
Dons.
D-O-N-S, okay. Slutty stoic suits a tail.
I don't like the implications of that now.
Hey,
That
you made
sure
mogs.
is a string of words.
Well, Dutch for tail is start,
Yeah, and
isn't
so what?
it? Slutty stoic suits a start. I was just pointing out.
Gonna be a teenager at level 5. Yeah, true.
No.
I mean, that's not going to stop her from being baby.
Also true. Then she might start kidnapping people. Who knows? You know, it's a rite of passage.
Just when Acton starts getting comfortable.
To grow out of baby floof into teen fluff. Yeah, I'll make sure to like give it a gradient color. To like get like the emo hair in. Emo
Oh
floof.
god. Do her up like one of those sparkle dogs from when we were teenagers. Actually, I don't know if sparkle dogs were a thing over where you are.
Kidnap the fawn. She might. I don't know.
What am I doing now? There's Fawn have a tail.
Miss says that Arya should kidnap the fawn.
Technically a satyr. Satyr? Satyr.
Satyr.
Satire. But yeah, I don't know. Does satyrs in thingy have tails?
I imagine like a little like goat tail, probably. Like a little puff tail. Considering they have a goat butt.
Well,
So
Hazel
yeah.
says satyr. So
love that we have on record that Arya would kidnap someone if they think they're pretty. Yeah. That has been established. Arya thinks someone is pretty. They might kidnap them. She might kidnap that. It's just treasure. She needs to collect a treasure. She's a dragon. Does he wiggle his tail? Yeah, that's a very important question. Does Acton wiggle tail?
I'm trying to
Like a
ascertain.
little nervous wiggle. That's what I imagine.
If Acton has the tail, then yes. There is no. I cannot see a tail in the picture that is provided of Satyrs in the book. However, there is not really a good vantage point to see whether there would or wouldn't be one anyway. So
you can say what you want anyway. Do you want Acton to have a little floof tail?
Acton. I mean, the slight issue with this is that here is a full body representation of Acton, right?
Mm-hmm. Lots of cloaks, right?
He's big on layers.
But what if he just has a little slit in the back for a tail? Have you considered that?
No, then people would stand on it.
I mean, he's not that short, I imagine. Goat tails aren't that long.
Yeah, they're like little lamb tails, like little nubby.
Then how would it
Partially
stick
because
through
the
7
distinction
layers of clothes?
between goat and lamb, goat and sheep is a little weird.
Show us the floof butt. Well, now I'm just imagining. Because I said floof butt, now I imagine Acton to have the butt of like a corgi. Just. He just has corgi butt. It was mentioned last time when playing when a certain satyr was around Phoebe, their tails wagged. Yeah.
Alright.
That's not a dog, that's a bread loaf.
Accurate video of Acton walking downstairs.
Yeah, I wonder how that encounter is gonna go this time. If that certain satyr is still in, I don't know, but like, actually, yes, I'd be really sad if he isn't. I really liked him. You know, I also just really liked him and Phoebe together, so that's fine. I was really invested in the ship. Question.
Question.
Yes.
Answer.
Does Arya do as she's told when her dad asks her to do things? Yes. Mostly, yes. He doesn't, like, outside of battle, he doesn't, like, control her that much. He isn't that much of a controlling parent outside of, like, when the shit gets serious. She needs to pay attention. Dragons are definitely like cats, so wagging tail means bad things. Yeah, dragons are like cats. That makes sense. She happened to nibble Acton's tail, which she stopped if Dad told her to. She hasn't tried yet, so I don't know.
It's worth bearing in mind Acton will probably be too scared to ask her to stop. So.
I don't think she would, because she probably, like, tried it with, you know, like, siren. Do sirens have tail feathers? I don't know. I imagine they would have. So she would have, like, tried shit with siren feathers, and then you get, like, a angry siren at you. So I don't think she's that, like, into, like, nipping at people. But preening is fine.
Plenty of preening happening.
Probably a bit of nipping if she's feeling really playful. Also, I'm now, Acton must look so pretty because Arya is so good at printing. Yes. I think Arya's only instance of printing thus far has resulted in her removing a leaf that Acton wasn't sure if it belonged to, if it was significant or not. But didn't want to say anything.
Like it might have been one of the ones he was saving. We don't know.
Dragons are just big cats. They enjoy mischief, knocking things off shelves, and only pay attention to when they want something. Yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Also part bird, which I believe they're the same. Just on a different scale.
You know, considering every bird owner I've ever seen talking about birds has indicated that birds are essentially just toddlers with wings. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Arya's gonna go through the, wait, why can't I do this anymore? Why is stuff so small now? Yeah. Absolutely. Just over, like, the time that it's taken for us to get to the city, she's gone from, like, cuddling up to Palamon to, like, crushing him, basically. Just like, no, don't do that anymore.
Hmm.
Her fly speed is now equivalent to everyone's walking speed. Yay. Good. She a big girl now. Big baby.
Happened very quickly. I like the idea that just
Yeah.
Acton just sort of smiles at Arya, looks away, looks back, and then Arya is now suddenly twice as big. Like, ah!
Yeah. You know, very much the vibe of when someone has a child and you don't see the child in like 2 weeks, and then you see the child again and it's suddenly twice as big as it was 2 weeks ago. Been gradual, but you've been with her, so you've not noticed. Yeah, probably.
I mean, the growth of, like, actual human children is also gradual, but it's still the case where one day it's like, oh, these pants fit my child fine, and then the next day it's like, I need to get this child new pants.
You need to get Arya some new pants.
Yeah.
Can't fit into her baby pants anymore.
How would Arya wear pants? Discuss.
Over her big feathery butt. You know.
I thought you were gonna say over her dead body.
Also that.
I mean, could also just put them on her head.
What is that?
Why is the chicken wearing pants?
Also, which pants?
There's got to be an answer to that joke. That's a setup to a joke. What's the punchline?
We have many questions about this chicken and its pants.
I think the best answer to whether Arya or not does or does not wear pants is she wears a dragon onesie. I think that's the answer.
Well, you got to draw that now.
I mean, he's right. You do.
Okay.
Can't be too long or they drag on the ground. Arr. Question for Acton. You in the audience. Goblin with pigtails and a bomb. What's the climate? I was thinking that. I think it's supposed to be like Greece, right? So pretty darn hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Acton is not having a great time climate-wise, I think.
There's a lot of like flapping the robes around to aerate. Just occasionally.
I mean, there's also plenty of mountains around there, and some of them get kind of high. So.
Why? Because they don't like being perceived. So they can just hide if they're covered in blankets. Although I have just had a...
He's valid for that.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, pretty.
When you said a dragon onesie, I thought you meant a onesie intended for a dragon, not a onesie shaped like designed as a dragon.
Oh no, I fully meant it.
I, for one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
No, maybe it's just because I know too many people who do dress up things with dogs, or know of too many people who dress up things with dogs, but they're like, oh, it's a doggy onesie. It's like a onesie for the dog. It's like, oh, it's a dragon onesie. Oh, it's a onesie for the dragon. Well, yes, but...
Chibi. Father must match child. No.
Okay, but does that mean putting father also in a dragon onesie, or does that mean putting father in a bird onesie?
Yes, that's my question as well.
So are we matching literally or matching thematically?
Oh, heck. Ooh. Miss found a purdy feather. Also,
Psyduck. I mean, yeah, I guess you could go for a Psyduck onesie. The cursed AI images are awful. Well, yes. But you repeat yourself. Legitimately, I think artists should probably just go back to French reference books
It's getting that way, isn't
made
it?
by folks who actually have trusted backgrounds in the area, because searching for reference images is becoming less and less useful. And while I am not a proponent of the dead internet theory, it's becoming less and less a out there theory. Yes, use your local libraries. Or the things in your communities that are actually there to be helpful. Staffed by people who are actually trying to be helpful.
I'm on best dad.
I'm reminded of those images of, like, large dad with little daughter who's holding a tea party, where dad just clearly does not fit in the chair and clearly has hands that are too large for the toy tea set that the child is using.
Yes, that is the kind of dad Paimon would be. Prospero in your hand. Oh, wonderful. I want to see the rest of the gang in animal onesies.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, Crespus's character is already most of the way there.
Yeah. But it's about the thing of a goat and a goat onesie.
Or a goat and a lamb onesie.
I would seriously
Or goat and a wolf onesie.
Sleeping bag. Sirius has to crawl around like a worm in a sleeping bag.
Waiting for servo response.
And Azrael gets a cow onesie. Not a bull onesie, a cow onesie.
Cow. There's not much in the way of goat onesies, are there? What is?
Oh.
What is going on there?
What?
What's going on
What's
where?
the zipper doing?
I
Where is the zip? Where
I
is
don't
that
know.
zipper?
I have no idea.
Do I want to know where that zipper is?
At first, I was just looking at it going, what the hell is that face? And then I was like, wait, what's going on anywhere?
Good question. Where is the zipper?
Where
'Cause
is
it's
that
not down
zipper?
the front, and it's not on the pocket.
Also, bare feet.
It looks like it's near a sight scene, but I don't know where. And I'm very afraid of the answer.
Yeah, why does
Well,
the girl
and I
have
mean,
bare
I've
feet?
seen like pants that have zippers at the knees, but those are usually zip-offs, where it's like, hey, this is pants, but also you can turn it into shorts if you need to quickly turn this into
Yeah,
shorts.
but that's
Uh,
clearly not the situation. But it does look like a knee we're seeing, so I am confused. Also, are
Also
those
that
the
lamb face
goat
on the
the
top is-
lamb ears that are red? Or are those
No, those are
horns?
horns.
Why
Got
are the
horns on
horns
top,
red?
Is that's the material they had? I mean, why is the majority of it pink?
Because it's for girls.
Because it's short? I don't know.
I mean, I can understand not wanting to make the whole thing white, because that would be a laundry nightmare if you're a parent with a small child.
Yeah, but that's when you like start pulling out like your soft yellows or something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to draw a goat onesie.
Because it got into the candy floss machine.
But yeah, it does look like a knee, but it's definitely not a zip-off. And also, I don't see the zipper on the knee anywhere. But I hope it's a knee. It's simultaneously the most confusing and the safest of the answers for why that zipper is anywhere. It's a little knee pocket, I guess. You have a gift for me? What's the gift for me?
Also, I like how Chris put that in the general chat just for everyone to see.
Oh, was that another general chat? Whoops. I blame Mrs. Feather.
Those are good socks. I approve of all of these socks. Sorry, Miss sent me a link for fun socks.
Fun socks.
Yeah. And it's good, because I like fun socks.
Fun socks.
People should wear fun socks, that is my statement. For the world.
And I have stripy pride socks. Do those count?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got them from, I believe the company's named Sock Dreams. Very nice socks, also very good customer service. There was some shenanigans about my socks getting lost in the mail and sent back to them, and they were very quick to clear things up.
Yeah.
apparently the area code for the address got written down wrong, and then it got here, and the post office was like, well, this doesn't make any sense, and sent it right back. And then I sent an email to their customer service and explained the situation, and they went, okay, cool, we'll send it back when it gets to us, and it got back to them, and then it got to me, and I got a package shoved in another package, essentially.
Yeah. My socks just come from any clothing store where socks get my attention.
That's fair. I don't like glowing out clothes shopping because stores are exhausting.
That is also true.
Also, clothes shopping is exhausting.
Also, yes, you are correct. But yeah, people have seen a whole array of my fun socks while they were over here.
Fun socks.
Mostly fruit socks.
Good for it.
Yeah, I love acting in a good onesie. He is cute. But then again, I also just like acting in general because he's cute.
It has taken until now for me to realise that I now have two characters known for their incredibly unkempt hair, both of whom are ginger. But I guess perhaps more pertinently, they are the only ginger-haired characters I have.
Well, there's still time for you to make one of the calendar siblings ginger and have
Oh,
uh very straight hair.
hmm. Who would that be? Huh?
Also, wasn't March a ginger as well, or was that more brown? I can't remember.
Yeah, but it was a dark red, sort of.
He didn't have on camp there. I think. Mostly just straight up.
Trying to make this not look like a little happy devil.
No, but it's cute! I understand it, I get it. It's cute.
Yes, but also consider.
Ditto?
Consider the little happy devil on your head.
No, I think it reads as good.
Thank you. What do you draw now?
Draw Sirius in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, we'll have to get reference of Sirius. Shut up, stomach. I don't know if you can hear
Oh,
my
that
stomach.
was your
complaining.
stomach?
It's been making weird noises all day.
That's amazing. I'm glad Mike picked that up.
It doesn't pick up fans, it doesn't pick up construction work, but it does pick up all of the sounds my stomach makes.
I mean, I'd say your stomach's closer, but usually cars are louder, so I don't really know.
Speaking of loud, we had it in Britain. There are the things called the red arrows, which are I don't even know, are they military? Yes, Royal Air Force. They are a formation of planes that fly around doing shows and stuff. And they flew overhead today, and they sounded like they were skimming my roof. It was so low, so loud.
How rude.
I was gonna draw something. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, serious. You're near an airbase here, and the jets fly over sometimes, and oof.
Yeah, there's a reason why if you are working on the tarmac at any sort of Air Force base or airport, you've got those noise canceling headphones on. Says otherwise you're going to go deaf really very quickly. No, no.
Now I'm just self-conscious when my stomach makes noises. As to how much you can hear.
All our stomachs make noises, Chris. It's fine.
Yeah, but very few people's stomachs get broadcast to the world. So.
I'm genuinely always worried about whatever body noises the mic picks up for me. So you're not alone.
And
But look
meanwhile,
at
I
that
don't care.
cute sleeping bag.
So there are actual sleeping bags out there that have a zipper at the bottom, and I think sometimes ones that have zippers on the sides for you to like stick your feet out and arms out if you need to. It's very silly to see people walking around in them.
Yeah, most sleeping bags I've had are just, they have the zipper on the side that goes all the way down to the bottom. So you can just also use it as a big blanket.
Yeah, the square sleeping bags.
If it just has a zipper on the bottom, though, like one on the top, one on the bottom, is like a tube. I guess you've essentially just got like a padded dress with a hood. You just sort of waddle around with that.
I mean, like I said, it is very silly looking. But yes, there's the sleeping bags. You either have the square, like the rectangular ones that can be unzipped and technically zipped together collectively if you really wanted to, and then you've got the mummy sleeping bags. Yes, and then Miss has posted a Metapod sleeping bag of sorts.
I like the implication that this is just, I am done with business, time to Metapod, and reflect on myself.
I mean, yes, correct.
The Gengar one confuses me for a couple of reasons, but we won't get into that.
I mean, the Metapod one is mood, because sometimes you just want to be a Metapod, you know?
Oh yeah, that is what I drew, isn't it?
God Emperor of Doom.
That
Yes. Ye old classic sci-fi covers.
That is another, I am done with business.
Yeah, I think that answers all questions about the Gengar. That I had, at least. No more business. Just stick your head inside a Gengar.
How successful do you reckon that would be in the Pokemon world? As a piece of life advice. There's definitely an influencer that purports it to be a good idea.
Yeah. And I think it would be the cause of, fatal injuries. I just get that feeling from Gengar. Oh god, long meow.
What? Terrifying gold-eyed long Meowth.
It's the
The one Gigantamax.
Gigantamax Meowth.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
I think this will answer your questions.
I don't think it does, but thank you for trying.
This answers all the questions. You got a question? Boom. There's the answer. When do I have to fill in my tax returns this year? Boom. Spinning Meowth.
Long meow.
Them tall.
Very tall.
I like how they took the red cloud and just went, inflatable bra. Like, that's how we're going to interpret that in the plush. Just make it a tank top and pump it up. You
Or
can hear
it's
the
got one
music.
of those little floaty tubes on it.
Long.
Long meow.
I don't want to be that cat person, but I do want to try and explain Pickle's attempt at getting out of bed today. Which was to hang her front arms and head over the side. Not the arms, just like the paws. then slowly worm out. This is an open top bed. She can get out however she wants, but she sort of slowly wormed out the front, started playing with some things, like half hanging out of the bed on her side. Then she twisted the front half of her body like 360 while the back half stayed where it was. And then, like, I don't know. I don't know whether there was just like so much sort of torsion force in her being like all sprung up, but she basically just ended up doing a somersault out the front, purely from twist pressure, and then just calmly walked away. And it's like, what?
Cats.
I would, if I could properly visualize it again, I would use it as a, basis of an animatic of M getting out of bed. But... No, you.
Well, who's got the sword?
The best viewers are right here already.
Boom.
It's us.
Yeah. The best viewers are already here. What are you talking about? With the possible exception of some other viewers. Like, Lewis, Oobs, Christy, etc., etc. And miss. Clearly a bot.
I still like that one popped up as 404.
Best viewers. You're not a viewer, you're a mod. It doesn't count. I didn't say you don't count. I said it doesn't count. Can't remember the number for the cheapest correct one. Hey Cheap, what was the number for the you're correct?
58?
There we go, 58. And Cheap is always correct, so... Yeah, see? Always correct.
Always correct, baby.
Batting 1,000.
Never once wrong. Jeeb's always correct. Kiro knows all. And don't trust Miss Goblin with a knife. That's unrelated, but just thought I'd throw it in there. Anywho, is that a good time to hop off
Yeah,
to
I think so.
whatever
Did
the
some great art.
sleep...
Many good Goatmen.
So much. Yeah, go back. We can look at creature. That's it. That's all we wanted to look at. There's also the onesies. Good father-daughter onesie time. Good bacon. Bacon pancakes. Num num num. Burp. Melancholy Jupiter. Some other stuff that you saw a lot of because I drew it.
And it's all great.
The Magnus Archive spirals coming to invade Acton.
I mean, to be fair, I've been drawing those spirals long before the Magnus Archives was even a thing.
Long before humans became aware that the Magnus Archives was a thing. Oh, Joopy, what's the matter?
Divorce.
You know, I'm tempted to just start art on one of those drawfee bits. Because I know horse divorce is definitely a thing that has come up with them just mutilating sentences.
Mm-hmm. Divorce.
Hang on, I'm looking up a thing.
What a mood. My face when divorce.
My face when horse.
That's the one.
My face when horse divorce.
The cadence of that reminded me of one of my favorite times during our hangout, which was date whoopsie depression. Which I think
It's just date whoopsie depression. Listen.
I believe the prompt was explain where children come from in 3 words or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that was the prompt.
Date whoopsie depression. That was Chib's answer.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
And that was worth a follow. Thank you. Thank you for following.
Yeah, it was.
But ye, on whatever that note was, it is time to end. Time for the sleep equivalent of Lunch Munch Crunch. Sleep, meep, beep.
Date whoopsie depression is also how you can describe Jupiter and Ulan's relationship in 3 words.
Oh no.
You know, just say it.
Oh boys.
Now they got it coming.
They had it coming.
They did this to themselves.
Well, let's all worry about that elsewhere. Yee, thanks for doodling. Thanks for chatting in chat.
Yeah.
Yee. I'll be back Tuesday morning, designing July. Because it's July tomorrow. We're halfway through the year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you already peaked with June's design, so
Yeah.
it's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here. Also, if I by having a character called October have to now make all of the months, does that mean we're going to get a lot of planet characters from Jib?
What?
You got Jupiter.
Oh.
Give us Mercury and Venus and all of Ulan's exes.
Sure, I'll make all the villains planet themed. With planet themed, I say planet named, not planet themed.
Oh yeah, this is
It's Sailor Moon, but in reverse.
Also, Jupiter is not named after the planet; he's named after the god. Just want to clarify
okay.
that.
Yeah, but a lot of them are named after gods anyway, so it's fine.
I mean, all of them are.
Mhm.
At least the ones in this system.
Well, there you go. See? Also, you're gonna have to make a call as to whether or not to include Pluto or Charon.
Yes.
Charon? Not Charon. What's the other one?
Sharon?
I was looking at the oval doodle. What was the
Which
other one?
planet is Sharon?
Ceres? There's one beginning with C, right? Anyway, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.